Hey guys. Are you on a healing journey? Are you trying to set boundaries but you're actually a people pleaser? Are you trying to do my way or the highway but you're not even sure if your way is the right way? Are you trying to elevate but you're not ready to drop old habits? You are me and I am you. I'll be covering several topics this season, including body dysmorphia, mental health and social media, and the healing journey. And if I don't know the answer to your questions, my guest surely will. And welcome to The Good Space with your girl Leo. As promised, I have a guest for you today, and today we'll be discussing mental health and being a mother and all sorts that come under the umbrella of that. So I just want to introduce to you my guest.
Tamara, hi. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. So I always like to do a little segment, you guys know, when I have a guest to sort of spice things up, get us comfortable. And this one is called self-care or selfish, because, you know, we're talking mental health. And I also feel like, obviously I'm not a mother, but speaking to my friends who are mothers or to my own mother, the topic that tends to come up a lot is like sacrifice, self-sacrifice. Do I put myself first? How much can I put myself first when I have a child? So I thought I'd go with that for the segment, but I'm going to keep it light. It's not going to be like my child or me, like, no, we're not doing that. It's going to be quite like trivial things, like stupid. So we'll go with the first one. So I'm giving you a scenario, as like, but there's the person, you are you in the scenario, and these things are happening to you.
Okay.
And is this self-care or selfish?
Okay.
Okay, cool. Your friend has asked you to help decorate her new room tomorrow. You have other plans, but they could be rearranged with a bit of work. You decide you cannot be bothered to change plans, so you say no to your friend. Self-care or selfish? Nobody's going to judge you.
Ooh. As in, is it selfish on my half to say,
Because you've said no.
I can't be bothered?
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. I mean, I might go with self-care. And I feel so bad for saying that because obviously I do want to help. But you know, like when you have things already in place, like this is what I have planned for myself. Yes, I can rearrange it, but that means my day's going to be very jam-packed and busy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think I might go with self-care.
Self-care. I get it. I feel like some people will be like, no, like it's selfish. It's not that hard to change plans. But especially if it depends on the way your mind is. If changing plans like changes the whole way, you have to think about the day, then it's a no. Right. So I feel like all of these are about friends. They're going to think I'm subbing someone. I'm not subbing anyone. It was just easy to think of. Okay.
Oh my God, I'm going to be a selfish friend. I'm sorry, friend.
I'm sorry, but okay. Your friend who is also always known for being late plans an event. You get there on time, and 2 hours later, she has not shown up. You're flying out the next day on an early flight, and you did let her know you could only show face to support. She shows up 4 hours after you, but you have already left. Self-care or selfish, because you left the event?
Self-care, because at least I've pre-warned you that, you know, I have to leave. I've got my flight. I was here. I will even take evidence and be like, you know, at the party, but I have to leave. Like, you came kind of late, but at least I was here. We can arrange something when I'm back. I don't know what type of party it is or what event it is, but you know, or even if I bring some flowers or something to show that, you know, I was there,
I supported you. Yeah, it's her event, so
So I would bring something at least to say I was here, but we just did it.
Is this what you would really do, or is this like hearing it on paper? It makes sense to do this,
as in with the gift.
Like leaving.
Yeah, because if I actually had a flight to catch, then I would actually have to leave.
But like you have a flight to catch early in the morning, so obviously you want to get to bed early. It's not like you're going to miss your flight.
Oh, then I'll stay for a little bit longer. I think I would actually.
Okay.
Or even if I'll probably even stay until she gets there and say, you know, I was here from this time. I'm going to go now because... Yeah.
No, I get that. I know, because I know me, I'd be annoyed and I'd be like, I want to go, but I'd probably do the same thing. I'm like, I wanted to see me. However, if you wouldn't do that, you're not selfish. I feel like you should be on time to your event as well. Like she's the selfish one. So friend is selfish in the scenario.
Better time management.
Yeah. Right. your boyfriend has the flu. Okay, this one's about a boyfriend. Your boyfriend has the flu.
Like the niggas.
And your girls has tickets to a concert. He wants you to stay home, but you go to the concert. Self-care or selfish?
Okay, selfish. I think that one's.
It's selfish to go because he's sick.
Yeah, like if he literally cannot do anything for himself, like he actually needs my support, and I decide
He's
to go.
got the flu. He's not.
It's true,
He's got the
dying.
flu, but you know how men are.
Yeah, like
When they have the flu.
it's just like
Yeah.
I can't do anything for myself.
Yeah. So it's like he
Yeah,
technically
I think-
can't, but he can't. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it's a bit selfish.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely selfish. Yeah.
Does it
No,
depend
I
on the
don't think it's-
artist?
Does it depend on the artist?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, for example, if it was Wizkid, I'll be like, oh, I've seen him a few times,
Fairs. Yeah.
so I won't go.
Yeah.
But if it's someone else I haven't seen, if it was like Usher, 'cause that man does not come here
Yeah.
often, I'm so sorry, I have to go. Selfish of me, but I have to go. So
And then you'll go. Usher brings you on stage, serenades you, and your man's sick in bed. It's now become selfish.
you know, in this life, things only happen once in a lifetime.
It's true.
So.
It's
And Usher, he doesn't even come here.
He actually doesn't. He's always in
So,
Vegas. Why, I
exactly.
don't know. Or
So-
flippers. He comes here, but he goes to skate. I don't know he's skating. He's saying to skate.
He's not reading the room.
Okay. Oh, no, I switched up a bit. This one's about your mum. Okay, so your mum asks you for 10K. You have it in your savings, but if you give it to her, it means you won't hit your financial goal for the year, so you do not. Self-care or selfish?
I just feel like I don't. First of all, what does he even need it for? What do you need 10K for?
I didn't go that far.
Yeah, it's fine. But God, and I don't give it to her.
You don't. In this scenario, you don't. Self-care or selfish?
It is selfish. I won't lie. It is selfish. But at the same time, I just hope that she understands. So I guess it's a mixture of self-care and selfish. But
Yeah.
I just kind of no. I can't like.
Yeah.
Like, Mom, why you put me in you know my plans.
Yeah.
You know.
Buy a house. Like, yeah.
This is what you wanted for me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, selfish, but with the self-care element.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think sometimes, a lot of the time, actually, they can kind of cross over. Yeah. So I definitely get that. So
Next
yeah.
time, when I'm rich.
Yeah,
We'll
I've got
see
you
it.
when I've got... Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Okay, last one. Your friend, sorry, we're back to the friend, who always calls to complain about her man. Yeah. You're going through it. You're struggling. She calls, and you know that's why she wants to talk. You say, not today, Satan, and you hang up. Self-care or selfish?
Hanging up, selfish, definitely.
Okay.
But, or as in there's a comment like,
I can't do it today,
Do you know
bye,
what?
type of thing.
I actually had a conversation like this with my sister, and we were just saying that, you know, sometimes, and I think I've had this conversation with some of my friends as well, like, sometimes I don't always like piling on my baggage because it's not nice, like, for them, like, you could be in the best moods, you've had the best week, and now I'm coming to give you my baggage.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes it should be okay to say, you know what, today, I'm just not in the right space because
Yeah.
mental health also your mental health come first. Like, fair enough, I understand, like, you're down, but at the same time, it's just kind of like, I think friends should be allowed to be that transparent, and it's not to say I don't want to hear it ever. Maybe tomorrow I'll be willing to listen, or you know what I mean. So I think it should be a healthy norm
Yeah.
to be that transparent. So anyway, self-care. So I'm gonna go with self-care.
I agree with you completely.
I'm gonna go self-care.
Yeah, with everything you said, like
Yeah.
you need to be able to be transparent, especially if you're an absorber. I am an absorber. I absorb other people's energy. And yeah, as you said, I could be having the best day, and if someone comes to me with something, it will just tear me up. Yeah. So sometimes I need to learn that, to just be like, love you, but I cannot. But it's hard.
But it's hard because not everyone understands that. They're like, you're a bitch. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah,
You're not even being a friend. You're not a real
I'm going
friend.
through it. Like, how are you not? Yeah, exactly. And it will turn into you're not a real friend.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's hard.
Well, guys, let me know if you agree with... By the way, everything Tammy said, I think I agree with. Let me double check. Your friend who said... Yeah, I actually do. The concert one, I wouldn't go. I'd stay home. You did say you would stay home,
Yeah.
but you said obviously if it was Usher, then you'd think about it because he doesn't come off. But yeah, I would stay home because, yeah.
If it was me, like, where you going? Like, if I'm sick,
No,
you're
exactly.
going out, like, what do you mean?
Yeah, so that's why I'd stay home because, like,
Actually, yeah, I've
Yeah.
had a situation like that before where I was just like, you can't,
I'm
because
sick.
yeah, and
Yeah.
so yeah, if roles were reversed, I would actually have to stay home.
So, yeah, okay. We're changing our answers. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, self-care or selfish. Let me know what you would do in these scenarios. If you agree with us, if you disagree. Okay, now we can get into the nitty-gritty. Right. Like, now that you're a mother, what are the things, if you can name 3, if you can't, that's fine, that your mum said to you and now you're like, Eureka, I get it now. Is there any things that, like, your mum used to say, like, skin, but now it's like, okay, no, I get it. I understand.
3 things. I feel like this woman has said too much to me that it's just, you know, when did it come to you? But
Yeah.
the main one that does stick out is you wait until you have a child. You'll know how it feels, especially like when it comes to like the back chat and stuff like that. Like she proper hurt. We'll get into it sometime. Obviously, my child is 3, but sometimes this kid, she really tests me.
Yeah.
And she will say stuff like, you see, I told you it's going to happen to you. But I don't know. Sometimes I feel like, are you speaking this into my life and now it's happening? Like, if you didn't say that, this would not be happening. So I blame her. But
Don't get me started. Yeah.
I think that's like one of the main ones. Or again, when I've like given back chat, she might say, you don't know how I suffered to get you here, like to bring you into this world. And now I kind of understand it. Like I'd want my child to, obviously we both respect each other, but I'd want her to kind of have that level of respect for me because it's like, rah, like, do you know what I've been through?
Yes.
So I kind of get that. So I think that'll be
Yeah.
like my main 2. I think I'll say 2.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
good. I fully get that. My mum says that a lot. The like, you'll see when you have children. And yes, I sometimes feel like, what is this curse? Why are you saying that? Why
And
are
I'll
you
literally say
cursing
to
me?
my mum, no, I won't see.
Yeah,
No, I
and
won't
it's
see.
not going to be like that. Exactly. So, okay, you're telling me no, it's going to be like that. Okay, fine. Yeah, fair. No. Oh, I think that's really sweet. Okay, so we've been talking about self-care, selfish, and now we're going to talk about that under the guise of being a mum.
Yeah.
So let's talk about when you first had your baby, because I feel like at first, for like the first, I don't know the maths, but for the first like 3 months, your child can't live without you. They literally like need you to survive. So I feel like at that time you don't actually have a choice. There's no self-care. It's literally like you're living for them.
Yeah. 100%.
Literally. Yeah. So what was that like?
It was kind of difficult. I won't lie. It was difficult, but at the same time, it was probably the easiest period because now it's just, But at the time, it was kind of like, luckily, it was lockdown. So I was just like, okay, everybody's doing maternity with me. But at the same time, this kid, like, she knows what she likes. So she was breastfed.
Okay.
And she just decided she didn't like bottles. So there was opportunities for me to go out. I would pump everything.
Yeah.
I had bottles there. Opportunities for me to leave her with my sister so we can go on our date night, whatever. Could not do it because she just would not take the bottle and she has to eat.
Of course.
So it was literally just being her all the time. So yeah, that period was really hard because she went through a regression stage as well. So that's kind of like when they have an all right sleep pattern and then suddenly it just goes out the window. She was waking up every hour. So I was literally so sleep deprived, so angry. So everything was just frustrating me. I used to sit up breastfeeding her, crying my eyes out. Like it was just so hard. And I think that's when the realization that, oh my God, like I'm a mom. Like this is hard. I didn't expect it to be like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, self-care out the window. It was literally just her on my breast 24/7 and biting my nipple. Like, it was a lot. Like I think I was in tears like a lot of the time between when she was born to about 7. The tears haven't stopped yet, but 7 months. Because at 7 months, that's when I made a decision like, no, she's not having my breast. Like, I want her to combi feed. So her and her dad had to literally sleep downstairs because if she was near me, she'll smell my breast milk. So I'll sleep upstairs. They will sleep downstairs. She had no choice but to take the bottle because what you gonna do? You had to. But luckily at that point, we're giving her solids. We started with solids, so she was eating something. We weren't starving her.
Yeah, no, of course.
But of course she still needed the milk. But that helped. So that's when she started adjusting to the bottle and formula, and then gradually, as time went on, she stopped the boobs, which was really sad because there's such a nice bond. Like, oh my gosh, like to this day, like she does this thing where like she'll come to my boobs and just like rub her mouth on my boob. It's really weird, but she knows she can't have it anymore. But the bond is a breastfeeding bond. The breastfeeding bond was like it's 10 out of 10. Like it's just a whole different bond because we don't really have. We do have a bond, but her and her dad, they're besties. Like, I'm not in the picture anymore, so it's a bit heartbreaking.
No, I know.
But anyway, yeah.
Well, we digress. We'll get onto that.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, self-care in the beginning, hard work. It was non-existent.
But was there like, because you know how you briefly touched on the bond?
Mm-hmm.
Did that kind of like when you weighed it up, was it like, okay, like I have no time for myself, but my baby?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
That was literally it. Like, what? Look for my camera roll. Everything's here, like, oh my God, my baby. But once it hit nighttime, I was like, no.
No, baby.
Like, literally. Yeah. But yeah, self-care. What was self-care? And I don't know if lockdown made it heightened as well, because my eyebrows were just growing everywhere. I couldn't get my hair done. Like, so everything was, I just didn't feel pretty. I didn't feel great. I just felt like I've given birth. My belly is still big in. Like, I was just there.
Do you know what? I never thought about that. Like, with lockdown, a lot of us were feeling like blur anyway because we couldn't do our usual routine. Yeah. And then also, apart from lockdown, when you have a child, a lot of women do feel like, oh, my body is not the same. And But so, like, combining the two together, that must have been really hard.
It was. And I found myself, like, fixated on the fact that, oh, my God, I need to work out because I really don't feel great. So, literally, once I hit that 6 weeks mark where they give you the go-ahead, you can do exercise. Yeah. Bearing in mind, I was not sleeping. I would wake up at like 6 a.m., 5 a.m., whatever, go downstairs, work out. I'm like, nah, I have to do something because I can't just, I'm already sitting here all day with this kid on my boob. Like, it was just, so I don't know, lockdown was a lot as well. It just didn't really help. It's not like I could leave the house and say, I'm going to go and get my nails done, get my eyebrows done, get my hair done. Like, I was just looking bush.
Not bush. Yeah. What did you think it would be like? Like,
what did I think it would be like? Obviously, I've got a lot of like older sisters and I've seen like them with their kids and stuff. But I think the part I didn't expect was the fact that she wouldn't take the bottle. Yeah. And I've never seen that before because I didn't even know it was a thing. I didn't know that until I researched it later on, that if you don't like give your child a bottle, at least like even if it's once a day or whatever, they can decide that this is just not for them. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was a thing. But I don't know if many people have that problem. But my child decided to make us an example because it was just she just would not take. We tried so many different bottles. I think even Ria bought us, what was it? What's that brand?
Like the bottle that's
Man
like
bottle.
That's like a nipple.
Yeah. Yeah. Eventually, that was the bottle that she did like. Okay. But even when she bought it, at the time, she just was not having it. I just didn't understand. I just didn't get it. And I don't think that's something that's spoken about a lot because I don't think a lot of people do experience that or maybe they do and they just don't speak about it. But that
my friend recently had a baby but her baby is about 2 months now, so I don't know if it's still too early for us to say that, but she has tried to bottle feed her baby. It's not happening. Not at all. So I don't know.
The child's made is it him?
Her,
she made her decision. She does not like the bottle. Sorry, unless she tries different bottles, but it might just be that she's just not here for it.
I will let her know that you're not alone. It happens. Jeez.
She'll have to ride it out. So that means no going out out for her unless she's persistent with getting that child to take the bottle. I guess I wasn't that persistent because I wasn't going anywhere. It was lockdown. So.
As well, I think obviously you probably didn't want to force her. She doesn't like it. Do you know what I mean? So I think there might have been that element of no, okay, baby. Yeah. At first.
Literally, when she went to my sister's house that day, because there was a time previously where she went to my sister's house and she did take the bottle. She was fine. But then it had been a while since that period. So the next time my sister had her, literally the whole time we were out, the child screamed I said the child. I'm not calling the child.
The child.
But she screamed until we came and picked her up. Yeah. And that was a good, at that point, it might have been like an hour and a half. So I was just like, okay, that can't happen. You can't be crying for a good hour and a half and not, and you're hungry in between that time. Like, so I just thought,
let me give you breast. No, I get it. Okay, now she's a bit older, so she's still a baby, but she's not a breastfeeding.
She's a grown woman.
Do you think she's a grown woman? You know what I mean? But what age does toddler start from, would you say?
To me, it starts from 1. I don't know.
Screaming.
I would say 1 because
we have a baby expert here. 1 to 4, yeah.
1 to 4,
yeah,
damn.
Yeah. So she's a toddler.
Yeah, it starts from 1. Terrible 2 starts from 1, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, you think terrible 2 starts from 1?
Oh, that girl. I said, what is this behaviour? It was small age. Like, what is going on? I think 2 wasn't that bad though, but once she hit 3, I said, what is this? That you're doing too much. But yeah, toddler age 1 to.
Okay, so she's at toddler age.
Yeah.
How is it with, like, do you feel like you're more able, and obviously we're no longer in lockdown, praise God. Do you feel like you're able to find the balance? You're still working on it? It's non-existent still?
I'm definitely still working on finding the balance. I find it really difficult. God, it's just, I don't think it's as hard as it should. No, I don't think it's as hard as it seems. But to me, it's very hard. Like,
everyone's different.
Obviously, I've now moved out of my mum's house. I now have my own responsibilities, which is so ghetto, but awful. So now I'm just trying to find the balance of, okay, managing her, managing my partner, managing our home life, trying to balance our relationship, because it's kind of changed. Like, it's not, obviously we're just working, then we come home, we're tired, and then there's just a lot, like, trying to manage that. And then I've got like different friendship groups, trying to manage that. Oh, come out here tomorrow. And it's just like, my account is bleeding. It's bleeding. At the same time, I feel like I'm out all the time. I know I used to be outside all the time. Like, I loved it. But now it's just like, okay, I can't be outside all the time. Or is it that I can't? Can I still be outside all the time? Am I just trying to be a bit more mindful of my relationship, but at the same time, still be there for my friends when they ask me to come out? Because it's not like, my friends are always going to be there, like, God forbid, but if anything happens with me and my partner, they're going to be the ones for me. So it's just like, me always saying no, it's just like, it's even gotten to a point with one of my friendship groups, like, I hope, obviously, if they watch this, like, it's not an attack at them. I do also get their point of view as well, but they'll ask me to come out. Every time it's no, I can't. This reason, that reason. Oh my gosh. And it's kind of got to a point where they just don't ask me. And I get it, because it gets a bit like,
guys, I get it, but ask. Continue. No, I do. No, I get it, but ask.
I don't know if they see it that way.
They probably don't.
I've kind of noticed it, and it's just like, I'm not angry at them. It is what it is, but it's kind of something that I've noticed that, do you know what? Fair enough, but sometimes it'll be nice. Yeah. But, you know, the thing is, they always do invite me to their birthdays. One thing for sure is they know I'm going to be at their birthdays. I'll be there. But, I just find it so hard. Like, every day my mind is scrambling. Like, I'm always getting anxious. I'm just like, oh, my God. Like, there's times where I'm in tears. Like, oh, my gosh. Like, my old life is gone. Like, this is my new life, but I'm still trying to adjust to it.
Yeah.
3 years in, I'm still like, oh, my God. Like... I can't get my old self back. Like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know.
I feel like as well, calling it your old self might even be a part of the issue. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't, like, this is just who you are now, and that's fine. And then you can sprinkle a bit of old. When you're saying no, is it because, like, no, I have to be home with my man, or no, I need to be home with my baby? Or is it, no, I feel like it looks wrong for me to go out? Because I know some people are like that. Like, what is the no?
Sometimes the no is... Sometimes the no... Oh, well, what is the no? It's a mixture of things. Sometimes it's literally just finances. Like, because besides, like, the home life stuff, there's other things that, you know, that I'm doing with my sisters and stuff like that, like investing into things back home and whatnot. So it's like every day money's coming out my ears. I'm like, oh, my God. Like, so sometimes it's finances. Sometimes it's, okay, I might have gone out last week to go out again this week. It's a bit like... of a piss take. Sometimes it's babysitters. Sometimes, obviously, a lot of the times I'm leaving her with her dad at home, And it's just like, oh, he doesn't really go out much. And I feel a bit bad, like, because he doesn't really go out much anymore. Like, that life, he's like, I've done it. Like, I've done it now. It's cool. But I'm just like, okay. But I'm always leaving. And it's kind of getting to a point where I feel like, yes, we live together, but we don't actually do things together.
Yeah.
But I'm doing things with everyone else. Like, this weekend, oh, yeah, I'm going here with my friends. I'm going here with this friend. I'm going here with that friend. And it's just like, okay, I'm actually not making time to arrange something for me and you to do. So yeah, sometimes it's just, back to the question, it's just a real thing. It just literally depends. Like,
that makes sense.
Sometimes finances, sometimes babysitters, sometimes I just literally just can't, like, sometimes I'm just tired.
Yeah. And I think, period. Sometimes I'm just tired. But I was going to say, like, just like an advice, something that me and my partner do. I know we don't have a child, but in regards to like finances and wanting to spend time with each other, like indoor date nights, obviously you'd have to give the baby to somebody. Like, if that is something you're comfortable with. Because I know not everybody's comfortable with people looking after the child, but I'm sure you have the people you trust. So maybe like, if that's something you can introduce.
It's true. What type of things do you do in the house?
Anything like games night. Somebody can cook. Like you can like, you know how Instagram, there's always like all these recipes that so you just send it to him like, this one's you, then you'll do the next one and thing, and then you just try to recreate that. Yeah, we love games. Like, you know how the segments like that. We love that stuff. So we just make things up. Like, literally you can. So nice. Yeah, there's a lot. We can like download apps.
And play games.
Agape and Paired. They have like loads of relationship questions, so you can use that to build your bond, like things like that.
That guy.
Sorry.
He hates games like that.
Really?
I like it.
Yeah,
but
it's lovely. I feel like I get it, but it is really nice because it's like questions you wouldn't think to ask. The app will bring up, and you're like, actually, do you like when I do that? And then you kind of discuss it and things like that. You can make it into games, and so try some indoor things. I would say.
like literally the little things, and obviously like where we live.
Yeah,
like I've seen it's like the axe throwing.
Yeah,
I haven't been there yet.
Yeah, that's
and
so
then
local.
Maria is telling us about some restaurant that's like underneath near the Starbucks. Yeah,
Burn.
I was like, this is right here. I didn't even know it existed. Like, I'm just there like, this is literally how indoors we are like. Yeah. But I guess like I did say to him, like, sometimes we can just keep it local. Like, I'm not saying let's go to Mayfair. Yeah. It's nice. Yeah. But we don't need to go into London. Like, there's things in the area or whatever, but
that whole South Croydon to Purley Strip, so many different things. There's a Thai place. I feel like you guys should all sponsor me. I'm just giving vibes, but there's a Thai place. I forgot the name. It's orange and it's like really cheap. It's really good. It's nice Turkish. There's all the cuisine.
Oh, there's loads of Turkish, all Mediterranean. There's
like Lebanese, Turkish, Moroccan, all that. But there's a young Inish, but that one's expensive. So
I even had the Croydon one's not even the greatest one. I've been there before. What I got was all right, but apparently the other chains are
better. But it's probably just you know how some chains, it's like Nando's. Some Nando's are better than other Nando's. So it's probably just like that. But you know, there's a lot that you can do down there. So then that's you guys try the indoor local things.
It's the little things, literally.
Are you a scheduler?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't like spontaneous things. Okay. I get so anxious. I can't do. It has to be like, this is the plan. This is where we're going. So I can plan. Okay, this is the outfit I'm gonna. Is it casual? Is it not? I like to.
Yeah. Then do that.
Do
that with your dates. Honestly, I know, like, at first, Jerome was like, I feel like it should be spontaneous. You can't get it.
Oh,
so we are grown.
I can't do it.
We have responsibilities. We have to schedule it in.
You know, I do like people who are spontaneous.
I get it.
I like watching it from the outside. But I can't get involved in, like...
I can't subscribe. No,
It's too much.
I get it, mix of it, but I do think schedule that in for you, because I feel like that kills two birds with one stone. It's self-care and it's your man, so you get to feel like sexy and nice, and then you also get to build that bond that you feel like is like breaking. So like, try that. I would say that. With the friends, keep inviting her out, please. No, I'm joking. But I get that, because let me think of it from like, I don't have a child. And I was kept asking my friend And they kept saying no. It might be, let me not ask her because it's like, I don't want to put pressure
It's
on
on
her.
Yeah.
I don't want to, do you know what I mean? It probably is
Yeah.
that. Like, yeah.
That's how I see it.
Yeah.
To be fair, like I see it to be that way. Or I don't take it personally.
I know you
because
didn't,
they
yeah.
still reach out to have conversations with me. And
Yeah,
stuff.
it's
It's not like
they're airing
trying
you.
to cut you out. But yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like, damn, I've said no that many times.
No, like you don't even bother again. Yeah. But I feel like you have your things. Like, I don't see you out much, but you have your things. But I will say something. I see you out, but I feel like you're not.
Yeah.
Like, do
and
you
that
know
was,
what I mean?
You know, that was me.
Yeah. So I'm like,
Shouting on Snap.
so I'm like, she's out here and there.
Yeah.
And it's also very specific things. So you were at my boyfriend's birthday, you were at
Yeah.
Sam's birthday.
Yeah.
Was it his birthday or was it his? It was his birthday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was his birthday.
And then we won't talk about the last event, but I saw you, I seen you at specific things. So I get what you're saying. Like, you're quite mindful about like where you're going, and I get that completely.
Yeah.
But then when you're out there, I feel like you need to make the most of it because you're only out once in a while.
It's true.
What's quiet?
It's true. And you know, I do go out for like meals and stuff, and you know,
Yeah, I feel like you guys, you're the friendship group, as in Ria, Vivi.
Oh,
that
yeah,
one,
we
you
always,
do very well.
yeah,
With like
that one we
stuff.
plan well.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
we do
planned.
activities and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
and I guess it just works because I think so. Obviously, like I said, I've got different friendship groups. I think with that friendship group is the one that I feel the most at ease with, because it's kind of like, oh, not to say, sorry, my other friendship group, but yeah.
I get what you're saying.
And also with, anyways, it's all right. But yeah, with that friendship group in particular, because it's kind of like, okay, everyone is equally as tired. They've all got different things.
Yes.
You know, one lives in Northampton.
Yes.
So it's just like, okay, we do need to like plan this. What
Yeah.
day's free for everyone?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Booked. We're meeting up.
Yeah.
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 So it's just kind of like,
Yeah.
we're all,
I get that.
it just, I feel like we're all in sync.
Yeah.
It just makes sense.
And
but
shout out to Ria because she's very understanding.
Yeah.
She's very like that. If it doesn't make sense, it's like, if it doesn't make sense for one person, it's not happening. Like, she's very much like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it helps to have friends like that.
even though I do say, you know, if it doesn't make sense for me right now, you lot, go ahead and do it. Like, come on, like, the next time. The next time.
The next time. But
But,
so I think it's important. I feel like as friends, me as well. Like, I have one friend and I hope to get her on soon. I feel like I've not been the best friend to her as she's had a child, but that's like definitely a whole nother conversation that I do need to have with her. But I do think sometimes it's like you kind of get caught up in yourself and then you forget that like they have a whole, that your lives are not the same. They have a whole nother life that they are responsible for. So yeah, I think we as friends do need to do better in that sense as well. Like, to the youth, we need to do better.
I mean, but no, I'm saying but at the same time, no, like, no, I know.
Why do you say that? She's gonna say what you're saying. She's gonna say no. Yes.
Because I feel like at the same time, like we understand, like we literally like, okay, I can't speak for everyone because some people will come and fire guns and say, no, yo, you be shit, like, but when you have an understanding friend, like, hold on to them because not everyone is that understanding. And I'm pretty sure she knows that, okay, her life has changed, your life is still the same. Like, you know, it kind of is what it is. But yeah, definitely still have that conversation. So she just knows that, you know,
I love you.
Literally.
Please, I'll be better. Stop. So basically, under that, you feel like you're still struggling to find that self-care first. I really struggle. It's hard, man. And I don't know, I think there's a little guilt element. I don't know why. I don't know why I feel guilty, but so basically, just a condensed version, but they said she has suspected needs, so she may be on the on the spectrum. Okay. But we don't know yet. We're waiting for an assessment. Okay. I wouldn't say we don't know. Do you have an idea?
Yeah.
She's your daughter. So
it's just not on paper. It's just, so it's just like, so sometimes I feel a bit like guilty, like, oh, like I should be there for her because I don't know, like I just feel like I just need to just always be there, but at the same time, I can't. Obviously, she's gonna grow up, and I can't always be on her hip. Like she's gonna want to spread her wings at some point, and I don't want that to be like some parents. Like, they just don't want their children to go anywhere without them. Like, no, you have to stay here. Like, I don't want to be overbearing And sometimes I feel like I have an overbearing tendency. If I'm not careful,
Okay.
I could fall into that.
Yeah.
Because I got like attachment issues. Like I've even said to my sisters, if Naraya moves out, I'm moving out with her.
No,
like I'm going.
I'm so surprised. I do not get that vibe from you at
I
all.
know.
Oh my god, it changes. I guess.
She's annoying, but yeah.
But that's your baby. Yeah.
I said, no, she's gonna have her kids. I'm babysitting them
No.
kids. Like I'm going with. She's going on holiday. I'm going with her. And
Tamara.
I'm looking after those kids.
No.
I know, but that's literally like it doesn't seem that way. But in my head, I'm just like. So I feel like I just need to. Yeah, be careful and just still have my own identity because I feel like I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm losing. Sometimes I don't know if I feel like I know who I am. It's a bit weird, but
that's not weird. I think that's really normal.
Yeah,
and I think it happens a lot. I feel like it tends like there's like two ways. I feel like sometimes people like fuck them kids and they are outside. Like, like, do you know what I mean?
I'm an advocate for that.
Yeah,
fuck them kids.
Obviously, there's people in the middle. There's people like that. It's a whole spectrum. But I'm just saying, you see, and then obviously there's one that's like, oh my god, yeah. And I think it's normal. But you do need to find yourself, my love, because she's gonna grow. She's gonna be a beautiful woman with her whole life.
She spread her wings. I'm just gonna be there like. So what next?
Yeah, and then you'll be like, I don't know, overbearing mother-in-law who doesn't like her boyfriends and stuff. Right. Like, you don't want to be
literally like no.
Don't be patient as a like no.
Yeah, like, that can't be me. I don't know. Yeah. So I need to just write down. Yes, and try and find me a hobby. Okay, I'm gonna find me a hobby.
I mean, what about career-wise and being a mum? Like that balance.
Career-wise, it's okay. At first, it wasn't because my manager at the time when I had Naraya, she was a bastard. Like, I actually found out that I wasn't meant to use my annual leave for maternity appointments. I didn't know that until recently. She used to make me use my annual leave for maternity appointments. Like,
anyway. Sorry, whilst you were pregnant?
Yeah. So apparently, like, when you're pregnant, is a whole separate thing. You're allowed to just go.
Yeah.
I had to literally use my annual leave to go for my maternity appointments, and also when upon returning back to work at the time, she was just not communicating with me. I didn't know the procedures. Went back to work. She was just like, no, you need to do these days because I went part time. Yes. She was like, I wanted to do Monday to Wednesday. She was like, no, you need to do Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. I was like, I can't do those days. She was just like, well, you just need to take annual leave for every Thursday until I find childcare. And I was just like, my annual leave, I should be using. Anyway, made it work because I was not doing that. But she was just very not understanding. But where I work now, manager's great, team's great. Like whenever she has appointments for like her speech and language or whatever, like they're just so understanding. I still work part-time, which works well because I don't know, obviously growing up my mum used to work. She used to work like a dog, man.
I understand. NHS or
so it wasn't NHS, but she used to work in what was her role? Basically, she used to work in a home with like mental health people.
Yeah.
So,
caring, type of thing. Yeah.
Night shift. And it's like,
where are you, mother? No, I'm joking. Love you.
Like I know she was there, but at the same time, she wasn't. Because I'm not gonna go into detail, but especially when I got to secondary school, and she was. Okay, I'm not gonna get into detail.
I feel like you don't have to speak because I get exactly what you mean. They worked. Great. And as you said, I feel like secondary schools when you notice it because you get home. Me and you went to secondary school in the same area. And it wasn't that close. So it's like you get home, it's like 6 and they've gone. And then when you wake up in the morning, they've come home, you've left. So you would go days without seeing
She used to leave my food in the microwave. She'll be home. I was out gallivanting.
Yeah.
I was
having parties.
Wait, okay, I didn't go that far. I was scared. But and then that's when you start talking to boys.
Yes.
Because God free ya.
Yes.
Anyways.
Yes.
No. But I just kind of feel like, especially in these early years, I was just like, I don't want to miss out on these moments. Yeah. So even if I have the two, okay, fair enough, there's a weekend, but weekend just goes like this. So if I just wanted to have that time with her, and she's gonna start primary school next year, she's gonna be in school 5 days a week. So it's just like we're literally just gonna have the evenings and the weekends. So things are gonna change. So I kind of yeah, it works. The part-time at the moment works.
I love that.
My team now, great.
Love that.
So yeah,
Good.
It's not
Good.
bad.
At least that thumbs up for that.
Yeah.
Thumbs up for that. Are you still an occupational therapist?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it. So, like, what do occupational therapists do? Yeah.
This question was
Why?
do you know what? Because the job role is just so
It's a huge umbrella,
broad.
isn't it?
Yeah, because basically the aim of it is to promote independence. So let me break it down in like different areas. So where I work at the moment is very generic. It's not really an OT specific job. I do the same role as nurses basically. So I work in a memory service at the moment. So I literally just do an assessment, diagnose people with dementia. So essentially OTs aren't really funded in a sense to do extra stuff with them. So the most we can actually do is be like, you still have the capabilities to live the life you want to, like promote that independence. You can still go out, make decisions for yourself, etc. But when I worked in the hospital, it was more so, for example, an old person might have come in, they've fallen, they've now broken their hip or they can't walk anymore. So now myself and the physio will join together, help them mobilize. The mobilizing part is more so the physios, but OTs will give out equipment to help them do things independently. So for example, like when they finally go back home, their toilet seat might be too low. So we now provide them with like a raised toilet seat. So it's easier for them to independently stand up by themselves, or we'll provide a bed rail so they can independently get out of bed by themselves. So it's just about promoting independence. In mental health, a bit different. It's about social skills.
Okay.
So we might put on like, depending on what setting you work in, you might do like a games group. In your head, you're thinking they're just playing games, but it's about team working, critical thinking, or all these little things. So there's like meaning behind it with like the independence. So when they finally go out into the real world, they have these skills to communicate with others, work as a team, work independently, learn how to cook, like little things like this. And then there's like the children OT. I've never done that, so I can't really speak on it.
No,
but again, it's still to do with like independence, like toileting, writing, all these things. Like there's, I don't know. I can't go into the children's side of things.
No, that's
but
fine.
Yeah.
And like, you spoke about mental health.
Yeah.
So would that be someone who's been sectioned and then they're going to be released, and then you're helping them before? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. So there's different sectors. So like where I last worked, as a care coordinator, these are people that are already living in the community.
Okay.
Again, the role was very generic because I worked alongside nurses and social workers and stuff. But it was more so just making sure that they're able to like actually live independently, not relapse. Just like all those risk factors, minimizing them essentially. That role was a bit too generic for me, because with OT stuff, I didn't really do much OT.
Yeah.
I might have gone out there to like assess their house and stuff to see if it's suitable for them to live in. Then you might have to go back to the council and say this house is not suitable for them, etc. But on the wards, you see like proper like OT. Like I remember one of my placements, they had like a shop. Like they ran a shop and they'll sell stuff for like 20p and stuff, but it's just like literally just skill building for like when they go out and try and get themselves a job, or there'll be like a computer session so they can like learn how to use a computer, navigate it. And again, like I said, cooking is like the biggest thing that OTs do. Baking classes, cooking. Oh,
that's so cool. Do you run them, or would you outsource someone to
No, you would run them.
Oh, wow.
But again, I haven't actually worked in inpatients in mental health, only on placement.
Yeah.
But yeah, the OTs would like run it, and then
that's cute.
You'll give them the recipe and you'll just support them with whatever they need help with. But essentially kind of let them take the lead. Yeah. But mental health is just mainly about the social skills outside of the institution, essentially. Yeah.
Okay, that's really interesting. I had a question. I hate when that happens. Yeah. I feel like with you, what I remember, obviously I've known you for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, I was thinking that, like, I feel like, did you know me in school? Did we? It's like we knew who. Did you? Yeah.
Yeah, I knew you were, but obviously we just didn't talk.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if we spoke or not. That's the thing. I was like, did we speak?
In school, no. Until you and Ria became like friends
in
and
college.
I was just like, Leah, she went Virgo. Like, okay, yeah.
Not Virgo.
And then
no, I'm joking. Okay. No, keep going. No, we're fine.
Oh,
Don't
yeah,
worry.
yeah,
It's 6
okay.
o'clock. Yeah.
Oh, child, not me, the government.
Yeah, no, it's actually fine. The school's been closed down.
I saw they changed the name.
Yeah, no, it's literally not even. It's like private now. Like it's not even a. It's like not associated with. Like, did your school close down?
Yeah, time goes. It's a Harris now.
Yeah, but yours is a Harris. Yeah, gosh, secondary school.
Because I went past it. I was just
Yeah.
like, what? It said something else, and I was just like, what's that?
That is mad for a girl.
It's not.
Yeah,
Is it still a mix? Is it still a girls' school?
I think it might be mixed. I think so because it's like it's a private.
So it's
school.
actually like a private school.
Yeah. But I know.
Okay.
No, that school had to be closed down. It was not good. It was not a good school. Oh my god. Okay, so let me ask you: are you going to be on that, like the secondary school your daughter goes to?
Oh, what?
Like, are you going to be like, no?
Yeah. I think. What? No to what? Sorry,
Like, she can't go here.
Oh
Yeah.
like already, like I'm shopping around for primary schools, and I'm just proper like, yeah. Certain schools I'm just like, nah. Certain schools I'm like, and then some schools I'm just like, yeah, this is higher up on my list. So like, yeah, but secondary school, 100%. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I went to a bad secondary school.
She did.
I think I turned that off. Okay, I mean, I could have made better decisions.
Yeah. It's character building. It's character building.
What's character building? Yeah.
Would you let her go to a all-girls school?
Do you know what? It wasn't that bad, but I think I would like her to go to a mixed school because I feel like people that went to a mixed school, I think they're a bit more, not normal, but I feel like they just know how to behave.
Around all sexes?
Yeah.
My child is not going to a all-girls school. It's not happening. It's not right.
It's like, fair enough, I wasn't one of the girls that were like,
Crazy.
When you see the boys over the, actually no, I might be like, oh my God, there's boys over there. There's boys over there. But then at the same time on BBM, it was a whole different story. So I just want her to be normal, like around both sexes. Like, just...
Yeah, I agree with you completely. There was a question I asked, and I literally just went off tangent. I was asking how, I feel like you always wanted to be an occupational therapist. Like, I remember seeing, like, you talk about it very early on. Was that, or am I wrong? I feel like you knew.
Yeah, so I had to, so you have to study it in uni to be one.
Okay. So maybe it was that.
I don't think I always wanted to be that. If I'm honest, I didn't know what I wanted to be. I knew I was good at health and social care. Mm-hmm. So that's what I went off to do in college as well.
Okay.
So I did level 2 in secondary school, level 3 in college. Then it came down to UCAS. What do you want to do? I said, what do I want to do?
Who am I?
My mum was saying nurse. I said, I'm not being a nurse. That's the one thing I'm not going to do. I don't have time for it.
I think it requires a lot of, like, if you're not passionate about it, don't do it. I feel because you can tell when a nurse isn't passionate.
I hate.
Yeah,
like, if you hate your job, leave.
Yeah, I agree
but
completely.
there's nothing else for you to leave to go and do. So, but at the same time,
it's dangerous.
No.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
That's one reason why I left my last job, because my heart wasn't in it. I said, these are people's lives.
Yes.
I said, nah, I need to go because it's not good. But anyway, so I was looking into physiotherapy, but with physio, you have to do like sciences, and I just did health and social care. So I was not, the criteria I wasn't going to get in. I was speaking to my sister, my eldest sister, who's an OT. And she was just like, oh, why don't you do OT? It's kind of similar to physio.
Okay.
Well, it's not similar, but at the same time, when you work in the hospitals, you're going to work alongside them.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cool. Why not? Went to go and check out uni. I was like, it's not that bad. Just apply for it. So I feel like I didn't really do much digging, and I kind of wish I did.
Yeah. Oh,
But
why did you say that?
I didn't see myself being an OT long term.
That's fine. We all switch up. I've just done a career change. Yeah, like it's fine. Yeah.
But the question is what?
Yeah,
I'm
but
getting
take your
older.
time, because you're in something part time. You've got like your team. You don't hate it.
I don't hate it.
So
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Take your time and explore.
This
'cause
is
it's
it.
fine. Yeah.
This is it. So
You got this.
but it's not bad. It's all right. It's all right.
Okay, so we'll just wrap it up with, thank you so much, because you shared a lot. But I was just going to say, like, we've already spoken about, like, tips. I've already spoken about the indoor date night, so please take that in. Oh, yeah. And I feel like just you, though, like, self-care for just you. Try and fit that in your planner, like me. Plan it in. even if it's like one Sunday, I love a Sunday, I don't know, it's just quite a day, a month where it's like I'm doing something for me.
Yeah.
Like just try and get that in.
I
Like, do you know what I
will.
mean?
Yeah.
Just try. It
I
can be
know,
low
it's all right.
cost. It can literally be home,
Literally.
mask, good music, good movie, popcorn. Like keep it low cost.
Girl, the kid is gonna start going nursery 4 times a week. So I'm gonna have
Yes.
that Thursday to myself. I said, "Ooh,
That's your day.
I have to look from. I have no choice. So I was looking at Pilates. I see this one, like locally.
Yeah.
I said, okay. And then like round where I live, there's like some yoga place. I was like, even though I heard it's demonic, I'm not too sure.
Who
Someone said yoga's demonic. I don't know.
yoga? I feel like
Well, she probably would say something like that.
I mean, we're not gonna get into the word.
Yeah.
Yoga.
Not today, but
Yoga.
I want to be
Guys,
flexible.
is yoga demonic?
How far I can stretch my legs?
Yeah.
Not that far.
No.
So,
It will help for the indoor date night. So, yeah,
I'm
definitely.
gonna try and
Yeah.
do something for myself.
Yeah, do it. Do something for yourself. Do something with your man. And yeah, I feel like balance it with the friends. Like as you said, there's a friendship group that you know they understand, that's cool.
Yeah.
The other ones, they probably are just protecting you. Like let's not
Yeah.
keep things, and that's fine. But like just do you know what I mean? Just, what?
And I was just thinking, this is like the first time actually he's like proper said about the other thing out loud.
Yeah,
like,
but there
oh,
was no
yeah.
shade.
Yeah,
There
no
was
shade, no
no
shade,
shade. There
sis.
was no shade, no shade. No, it was just like, yeah, I'm sure thing. But anything else you wanted to touch on?
Guys, if you have a baby, just give them a bottle like once a day. Even if it's with your pumped milk, just give them that bottle once a day. It will change your life forever, okay?
Sorry, this is a question for me. Do you, what age?
If you can, from when they're born.
Oh yeah.
If
But I'm scared because like, what if they don't want me and then they just want the bottle?
that's another thing though. I've heard some people say that they gave the child a bottle and they just prefer the bottle, or they drink more from the bottle, just whatever. But if you like once a week, I don't know, just something, because
Okay.
oh my god, that was not good.
It wasn't nice.
It was not nice.
No.
It's hard work.
How did that process come about? Like, because I feel like there are people that are trying to get, obviously older people, but
Yeah.
also for young, how did you go about getting them to look at her and then potentially diagnose her?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you want to go into that?
So when she was 1, I noticed she used to like hand flap a lot. Not used to, she still does, but she hand flaps a lot. Or she'll do like this like thing with her hands, which I later found out was like stimming.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay.
she was like, do this with her hands. Or she'll make this sound like, like that's her go-to sound. That's her sound. So anyway, she'll do that a lot. And I was just like, okay, maybe it's just a little phase, whatever. Then she could say like about 3 words. And then I noticed she regressed. So she stopped saying those words.
Okay.
So I was just like, okay. And obviously TikTok and like just my own little research. I was like, obviously they did say that a lot of children hand flap. So at first I just kind of brushed it, but it was happening all the time. So I was just like, I'd rather her get checked out than it just be left. So I went to the GP, told them what I'd noticed with the regression, hand flapping, whatever, covering ears. So they're just like, okay, I'm going to refer you to the pediatricians. I said, okay, cool. Pediatrician saw her. First time they saw her, they were just like, she's young. Yes, her development is a bit behind, but let's see her again in 6 months. Within that time, we'll do a hearing test just to see if she's deaf or anything. I said, okay, cool. Did her hearing's fine. They saw her again in 6 months. So the pediatrician that saw her was just like, okay, she's noticed that she's got a social communication. She used the word disorder, but I think she just got a social communication difficulty. But that falls under a big bracket because deaf people could have that.
Okay.
Just a range of people.
Yeah.
People with autism have that. It just goes on. So she enrolled us into a course. She gave her the temporary diagnosis. I don't know if it's temporary, but she gave her a diagnosis of social communication disorder. And she said, is it okay if I refer her for the autism, for an autism assessment? Because she was saying that she couldn't diagnose that because that's not her field.
Got it.
But she obviously noticed these signs. Also, like, when I went to my GP the other day, GP, first time she met Naraya, I mentioned it and she was just like, yeah, I was going to mention it. But I know some parents don't like hearing that. But she does demonstrate signs. So she does a lot of like hand flapping, like I said, or when we're out and it's like loads of cars instantly.
It's too much,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or even when sometimes when she's really excited and stuff, like cover her ears, hand flaps. And one time we were at a play place, and I swear to you, it was almost like Stranger Things. You know, like when Elle does the whole.
Yeah.
That's what she was doing to some little girl. Like, she stood in front of the little girl and was just like, no, I was just like, oh my gosh, like, what's going on? But yeah, and obviously her speech is delayed, so she can't construct sentences. But she's making a lot of progress. She can say like loads of individual words, but at her own pace.
Yeah.
Like, you can't make her say a word. She has
Yeah.
to do it in her own time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so at the moment with her nursery, they've got like a Senko involved, so they might do like an EHCP plan, which is like a plan they put in place for, especially when they go to primary school and like secondary schools, so they can have support while they're at school and stuff like that. And yeah, she's having speech and language therapy, which is going all right.
Well, see how's it going? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of, it's play based because they're young. They do it through play, so it's just literally copying what the child does, doing what they do, using words to label things and stuff. But yeah, so it's just a waiting game. So they referred us in December, and I think they said the waiting list could be up to 2 years. So
wow. Okay.
I just wanted it to be done before she starts primary school, so I know, because like next month, so September, between September and January, I have to apply for primary schools.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm just a bit like, do I apply for a mainstream school and then hopefully this EHCP plan is in place? Because a lot of the time the councils reject it. If it's, I don't know what their criteria is, but sometimes they can reject it. So do I apply for a mainstream? There's something called ELP, so that's like a mainstream school with support on site, but again you have to have an EHCP plan to get onto the other side. But they do integrate into the mainstream, and of course there's the special needs schools. And I'm just like, I know, like, with autism, they don't like to say, oh, this is severe, or they don't like to use those terms anymore. So I'm very cautious when I speak about it. But at the same time, I don't know how severe it is. I don't think it's that severe, but I don't know what level of support she needs. Like, does she need the special needs? Does she need the help? Or can she go to mainstream? I'm just a bit like, I don't know.
Is this something that when you get the full diagnosis that you're on the 2-year waiting list for, that they would say, we recommend this, or is it always just up to you?
I don't actually know.
Okay.
I think ultimately it's up to me, but I think I could ask their advice. Like, if they say that, so I know they do it in levels, and I can't remember what level is technically like not that severe.
Yeah.
But I think those children, of course, they can go to mainstream schools. It's fine. But obviously, the more severe they are, special needs, it has to be a special needs school. But I have no clue.
How are you feeling about it? Because I feel like everyone has different... Confused is fine. I feel like confused is a normal emotion.
But how I feel about...
I
feel like because I'm the one that kind of pushed for these things, because I noticed it quite early, my rationale was, I don't want her to be that child that gets labelled as naughty, disruptive. She's already a black girl.
Yes.
Like, luckily she's not a boy, because I know boys get worse. But she's not a naughty child. She's not overall.
No, I get
and it's
you.
not my child you're coming to say, oh, she's doing this, she's doing that.
She's in suspension. What's that thing they used to do? What was it? Like the internal suspension when you're in the
that room.
Isolation.
No. So I was just like, if it comes back as nothing, great. I mean, it's fine. If it comes back as something, great. I just know how to pitch it. So I just wanted to do things a bit early on. So to me, it's kind of like, at first I was just like, oh yeah, I'm all right. Like, I'll accept it either way, because I would. Like, there's nothing wrong with being on the spectrum. But then I have had a moment where I've literally just broken down, like, oh my gosh, like, this is a lot. Because, you know them kids that will roll on the floor and cradle and fight you? That is her. Like, oh my gosh, sometimes it can be so overwhelming. And I'm quite a shy, believe it or not, I'm kind of shy.
No, I know what you mean.
Like, I don't
situational, the shyness.
Hate attention on me. I don't like attention. So now everyone is looking at us. I'm sweating. Like, I'm just like, oh my gosh. Literally just get home and I just break down.
Yeah,
Like,
but fuck
oh my
them,
God.
by the way, the people.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
fuck.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
okay, that's fine.
100%. But
Yeah.
then like,
I get it though.
there's just like sometimes there's different emotions. Like, oh my God, like, is this how long-winded things are gonna be throughout her school life or throughout her life, and you know, stuff like that. Like, it's just all these things. I'm just like, is this a hurdles? And this is nothing. I'm in like one group chat for like people with like children with needs or
That's
suspected
beautiful.
needs, and it's quite insightful. But at the same time, when you hear some of their stories, I'm just like, oh my God, like these hurdles, like every day having to go back and forth. The EHCP plan hasn't been approved. They have to go and appeal it. Like, this back and forth. Like, for what? Like, it's on paper. The child's got needs. Like, come on. Like, what more do you want? But yeah. So sometimes I'm just like, oh my God, like things haven't actually started yet.
I will say though, in your case, it's not happened yet. You've not. Do you know what I mean? You've not. It's not been rejected. It's not been confirmed.
Exactly.
She's still a toddler. I'm gonna say a baby.
A baby.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I know you're an anxious person, and with anxiety, it's a lot of what ifs and da. Baby girl, it's not happened.
It's true.
Do you know what I mean?
True.
So just take it as it comes, and you've done the right thing, as you said. Like, no, let me get this, because if it is that, no one's gonna come and say that it's my child that's disruptive and it's on paper. This is what it is. 100. You've done that. That's all you can do for now, and spot things, and being in a group chat, and when you're in a group chat and they're talking about their experiences, learn from them. Don't internalize and be like, oh my God, this is what's gonna happen to me. No, don't do that.
I'm not trying to. I just want things to be plain sailing. Like, everything will work out how it's meant to work out, and then that'll be it. You know,
it shall be well.
But she's a good girl.
That's your baby.
That kid.
Yeah.
She's so annoying though. But yeah. So overall, I feel like if it comes back that she does, I've accepted it.
Yeah.
Like, we move. Like, literally.
What's next?
We move. Yeah. So
No. Tammy, thank you. I call you Tammy. Do you like to be called Tamara?
Yeah, it's fine. No, Tammy.
Tammy's fine.
Yeah.
Do you want to plug socials? Because you're quite big on Twitter. You don't want to plug your socials?
I've gone through a phase where I'm just like,
you want to be low key.
Yeah, like my Instagram gives me anxiety. It's so chaotic. Like, I want it to be very like minimal.
Okay, so we will not plug socials at all. Anything you want to plug before I start? Nope. Okay, cool.
Okay, you can plug my socials.
No, you don't have to.
You can plug my Twitter. You can plug my Twitter. I tweet a lot.
Okay, yeah.
_Tamara.
It'll be in the bio.
Somewhere.
It will come across the screen.
Don't follow me on Instagram.
It'll be fine. Yeah, no, on Twitter she's really funny. Like, she's outspoken, she's funny. So yeah, definitely follow on Twitter. And I feel like, if you don't mind me saying, like, if you are maybe in a similar situation, there's something you want to like. Tammy's a very social person, whether she wants to admit it or not. She's a very people person. She's lovely. She is. So if you have questions, like, I'm sorry, I'm sending people to your inbox.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I'm happy to, like, anything.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you do that though. But thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you can come back. We can talk some more. Chop it up.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys for listening. Like, sharing time. No, I've already got a bit all of that. I don't see that. Thanks. I'm done. And it's a wrap. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in today. I hope you have learned something about yourself, something that you can hopefully apply to your friendships or to your healing journey. If you have any questions for me or my guest, make sure to leave them in the comment section below. If I do not know the answer, I will make sure to find someone who certainly does. Make sure you subscribe so you can tune into the next episode, where I'll be covering another exciting topic.